The handymen and interior designers over at HGTV gathered together in New York City for some wine and design. Lesley hit the town to get some tips on what we can all do to improve our homes.
It's funny, it's one of the few times we all kind of get together at events like this.
The network have done a really great job of hiring good communicators, but clever architects, designers, interior designers, landscape architects, gardeners. You know, they all really know what they're doing, and I think authenticity is the key here, you know?
What do you think about the event tonight?
It's incredible. Have you seen the view? Holy cow, have you seen all the talent? I got to meet Candace Wilson. I kind of freaked out for a minute.
Well, David was just giving raving compliments about you. You're his favorite, he said. Really? Wow, that check must be going through right about now. Yeah. After doing 2 seasons of Design Star, I always thought, like, what has it been like for someone like David, who was the very first winner, and look at the success.
It's like a labor of love. I've been trying to move the show to Miami for years, and now that it's finally there, I'm like, yes, I feel really great.
Of course, color splash, so I have to ask, what's your favorite color?
Unfair. That's an unfair question. I love whatever colors are hot at the moment. I'm very trendy with color. So right now I love purples and magentas, but I love lime greens and acid yellows. I can't decide. That's an unfair question.
So what would be one of the craziest moments that you had on your show?
Craziest moments, probably, honestly, and this has happened a couple times where you build something and it's maybe a little bit too big and you can't fit it in the door.
Of course, you're called People Magazine's sexiest man on TV.
Well, that was a slow year, so they didn't have many guys. They couldn't find many guys that year, so I was lucky enough to get the job.
Oh, I don't know about that. That's very modest, very nice of you.
Thank you, thank you.
Is he still blushing a little about that?
I know, right? Now I'm getting hot.
I went surfing last week in Sydney and came home with an ear infection. So I went to see the doctor today in New York, and he's like, "What have you been doing?" I'm like, "Yeah, salt water."
Australia's a tough place to be, huh?
It is tough, actually. It's very tough. But you know, I'm kind of enjoying the US thing too. It's been great. I've moved to LA. I got a nice little old mid-century place up in the hills, and I'm doing that up at the moment in between my shoots, it's been fun.
Was there just a crazy moment where you walked outside and you wanted to walk back?
It was the pilot, pretty much, and we had this extreme location, and it sat at the top of the 101 highway. So the view was fantastic, but it was impossible to build on. On top of that, it was 110 degrees, and I was sweating my little butt off.
Any shockers this season?
There are a lot of shockers. Vern Yep seems to be such a nice guy. He's a tough cookie. Like I would always, say Vern, like he's kind of like the Simon Cowell,
You're the hard judge.
Oh, really? I am. I have standards. I have to keep. Unfortunately, what that means is that the bottom 6 are... There is a lot of drama, but there's also a lot of phenomenal design.
Any tips do you give up and coming designers?
Yes. Travel, and study hard.
Don't be afraid of color. Please, go for it. It's only paint.
20 different ways to do any job, and you want to get the contractor that does it the right way.
You build an outdoor living room with a beautiful lounge room, or even a bathtub out in the backyard, you'll actually start to get out there and use it a bit more,
You're going to go build a bathtub in the backyard? Is that what I heard him say?
You wouldn't believe how many outdoor bathrooms I'm building these days. People are loving them.
It all just has to be you. So really figure out what you're about and make your home about the same thing.
I wouldn't be afraid of color either if these HGTV pros will come over and fix up my place. Thanks, Lesley.